it's Trey again. I just figured I would sit here and make you a video. Yeah, this is number 2. First time I was a little stupid and took a picture of myself, did my whole video and spiel, my little talking head, and then hit the picture button again. And then when I looked at it to make sure everything recorded properly, realized that I was a total dumbass and just hit the take a picture button. So you live and you learn, right? So anyways, I figured I would tell you a little bit about my experience over here with sending money and receiving money and banking here in the Philippines. So, first things first, let's talk about sending money and receiving money here in the Philippines. Look, they have your normal ways that seem to be your go-to. Mine was Western Union for quite a long time. It was super easy for me to send money over here. I thought I was, getting a pretty good rate. Wasn't perfect, but you do what you got to do. The second thing about sending money over here is send it to a GCash account. Well, if you don't know what GCash is, it is a digital wallet. So basically you can send your money from Western or a bank account or anything else, and you can use it with your phone and make like payments, using your phone by scanning the little QR codes, or they actually will give you a ATM debit card that you can use like a credit card. And you can pull money out and all that other fun stuff. It's a great tool to have. A little difficult to get, not really because it's hard for us to get them. It's hard because it's difficult to get what they want in their application done correctly. Things you need to know. You got to have your passports. You got to have a phone number from here in the Philippines, and you got to put your name correctly, how it reads on your documentation. If your documents say your first and middle name on the same line, and then your last name, then that's how it has to be written down. I found out because it took me about 3 weeks to figure out and keep trying every day on trying to get this GCash account opened up. But I was persistent and I got it done. And it's a great thing. But it all actually stemmed from the way my name was spelled out on my driver's license. Because it says my middle name, or my first name and middle name, and then my last name. So I was writing down how you fill it out, my first name, my middle name, and my last name. And all I kept getting was, your documents don't match, your documents don't match. And trying to talk to them, because it is literally done through like email or text message. You can't really call them for some reason. I guess you can, but it's difficult getting through. They'll call you back, blah, blah, blah. But once I figured out it had to be written, man, it was so simple. And it was like that, snap of fingers. Next thing I know, I was approved. I got a GCash account. It got fully verified. I can use it, spend money, or receive money, send money, all that other fun stuff. And so super worth it. Get it done. Just don't give up and, keep trying. Other thing is a Maya card. Or my account. It's another digital account. Everywhere seems to accept it too. But because I learned from my first experience on the GCash, it was simple and I got it pretty much the first time. So yeah, I got 2 there. So now I can either send, transfer money to it through a bank account, Western Union, or any other of the services. They all seem to want to be able to send money to GCash and Maya. Now, let me tell you the other thing to do, okay? Get a bank account if you can. Just understand that you need to be here 6 months. You need to have that ACR card, all right? And you need like a lease or bills that are in your name and for your proof of residency, all right? Your normal passport, a driver's license. It can be from your home, or you can get a driver's license here. I got a driver's license here. I would just transfer it over, but that's another story I'll tell you about some other time. So, now getting the bank account, that was a little difficult. Not because I didn't have all the rules or all the requirements together. I had all that stuff. The problem is that each bank is different, and it can be the same company, same banking company, and one will tell you no, and another one will tell you yes. I was doing some research on how to get a bank account. I watched some YouTube videos, and I found out that don't give up. If one tells you no, go to another one. Because you can read their rules, you can read what it says, what you need, and they'll be willing to help you out. But that's just not true. You can go into one bank and the person that you sit there and talk to, they won't even entertain the idea. It's like, no, I don't want to do it. No, you don't qualify. Even though you can show them, it's like, well, it says I qualify. Here's all my documents. They'll come up with some reason. So don't give up on that either. I turned around and I went to probably 4 banks, and the last one said yes. And guess what? They just happened to be foreigner friendly. They asked me if I had all these documents and, if I had all this stuff, and I pulled them out one by one. I was ready to go because I knew what I needed. I'd already been to the other ones. I didn't even get that far. They didn't want to look at my documents. They just didn't want to give me a bank account. It's okay. Not a big deal. But this one, once I showed them all my stuff and, they got to work, I learned it takes a little bit more work for them to open up a bank account for a foreigner. There was a little more documentation. I brought in my proofs of income. That way they could see where my income was coming from. I had my passport, my driver's license. I had my lease. I had everything that I could need. In addition to that, they needed me to sign some documents for my home country, which is the United States. Apparently, the United States wants to track your money over here too, just like in America. They want to see where you're investing, spending your money, or if you're making money. So the bank actually has to report back to, I guess, the IRS or whoever it was. It was actually a form, a U.S. government form that I had to fill out. I can't remember what it was right off the top of my head. But hey, it was like, whatever. They know what I got. I mean, they're the ones that pay me. I'm retired anyway, so who cares, It's not like they can't look at it and match it up. So anyways, once you get that done, now you can transfer money in, you can send money over, and get a better rate through the bank. And not only that, but you have a Philippine debit card and ATM card. So if you do send money and use that particular bank's ATMs, it's, you don't have any more ATM fees or transfer fees or anything. Speaking of transfer fees. Okay, so for whatever reason, if you send money through Western or Wise or Remitly, any of those other, they all have fees in some manner, right? And then they take a little off the top. I've noticed it. It is what it is. You can look at the rates and, they'll give you half a peso less, or, a whole peso less, or maybe 1.5 less, who knows? It depends on what they're doing for the day. In addition to that, they usually, like Western, would charge me $2 to send some money through to my digital wallet, my Gcash account, and charge me anywhere from $7 to $16 US dollars for cash pickup. So it's not like it's a lot, but it starts to add up. I've been here since April, so if you do that on a regular, yeah, you may not want to do that. And if you could do that, save that yourself, 20, 40, 60 US bucks a month, whatever it is that you're spending. I have no idea. Hey, that's other money you can do other things with. So, but I will tell you this. I did discover something about, well, a little over a month ago. I found this place, it's called Palmello, all right? They've been giving me the best rates. My first transfer over here, they gave me 60 pesos to the dollar. So awesome. That was great. So, and they don't charge any fees. And they gave me a better exchange